Alpine executive advisor Flavio Briatore has backed his new race driver Franco Colipinto, despite a disappointing debut Imola weekend with a crash in qualifying and 16th place finish in the race. Colipinto replaced Jack Doohan from Imola on what the team called a 5-race rotation, with re-evaluation after Austria. But in Imola, Briatore said there was no set limit and that the Argentine just needed to be fast, not crash, and score points, with the second rule broken in Q1 qualifying at turn 4. It's not yet known whether the crash damaged Colipinto's reputation at Alpine, though Argentinian fans are rabidly defending him. With the cars being so close, Briatore said, he was pushing the limit and unfortunately lost the car. Grand Prix Drivers Association Director George Russell has slammed the FIA over its easing of the swearing ban, with the Mercedes driver stating that it should never have been there in the first place. The FIA published changes to Appendix B of the International Sporting Code ahead of Imola, with the most important being the base maximum penalty, which has dropped from €40,000 to just €5,000. But while the change was welcomed and seen as a step towards more conventional standards, F1 drivers like Lewis Hamilton and Russell both had plenty to say about the need for regulation at all. We're talking about a situation where things have been reverted, because it was a little bit ludicrous in the first place, Russell said. Staying with Russell, who veteran F1 engineer Rob Smedley says Mercedes should re-sign based on his performance so far this season, but only once Max Verstappen is ruled out as unavailable. Russell is a free agent at the end of the season, but Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff has preached stability so far, with the Austrian stating both he and his teammate Andrea Kimi Antonelli are the squad's future. However, Smedley, in a chat with the sport's official podcast F1 Nation, says that it all comes down to what Max wants to do.
Would I want Max Verstappen in my car over anybody else on the grid right now? Yeah, 100% I would. No doubt.
It was all eyes on McLaren's Oscar Piastri ahead of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, with the standings leader heading to medieval Italian village Brisighella to receive this year's Lorenzo Bandini trophy. The prestigious award, created in 1992 to honor the late great Bandini, who died at the 1967 Monaco Grand Prix following a fiery crash, is given for a commendable performance in motorsport. Piastri was flattered to be named the latest winner, following Mercedes' George Russell and his McLaren teammate Lando Norris, but has his eyes far more focused on F1's biggest prize, with a 13-point gap to teammate Norris following Imola.
I mean, it's a nice feeling, definitely. I think for me, again, it's still very early in the season. I'm trying to focus on each race, but I think normally if you're leading the championship, it means you're doing something well. So for me, it's a nice position to be in. I want to try and build the lead. Obviously, we still have a long way to go, but no, so far it's all going well, and I'm enjoying being the leader, but I want to lead it at the end of the season, not now.
Williams driver Carlos Sainz is set to return to his home, Spanish capital Madrid, next month for a high-speed demo at 2026 Circuit the Madrid in the squad's FW45 car from 2023. The race in Madrid, set to be the only European capital on F1's calendar upon its return to the sport after 45 years in 2026, will be held in the area surrounding the IFEMA Conference and Convention Center. The 5.4-kilometer layout, which was launched last month, is expected to provide a mix of excitement and technical challenges across 57 laps in a 305-kilometer Grand Prix. Sainz's father, Carlos Sainz Sr., a two-time World Rally champion and multiple Dakar winner who is considering running for FIA president, was in action at the track earlier this month when he took Red Bull F2 driver Pepe Marti for a lap of the proposed layout in his Ford Raptor T1 Plus. with a powerful off-road racing car needed for action on a track currently under construction. And El Matador was thrilled to have the first lap of the track.
I hope the Formula One drivers they enjoy. I hope they have a great time in Madrid, and we are all the town, everybody really happy to host this race, and it's fantastic for Spain and for Madrid to have this race here.
1978 world champion Mario Andretti says Cadillac's 2026 entrance into F1 is a wonderful historic moment for America. Cadillac got the green light in March to join the F1 grid from next season, following an initial knockback as Andretti last year. And preparations are underway for the startup squad to hit the ground running, with a works power unit expected from 2029. But Andretti, in a chat with official podcast Beyond the Grid, says the F1 entry alone is something worth celebrating.
To have this happen now, and Cadillac embracing Formula One the way they are, and trust me, they are. The technical side, I mean, I see nothing but smiles there. It is so rewarding.
Ferrari was wildly supported at its home race at Imola and also on the road after it threw open its factory gates ahead of the event for a special half marathon celebrating its founder Enzo Ferrari. 10,000 runners made the 21-kilometer distance from Ferrari's Maranello headquarters to its museum in Modena, the birthplace of its founder, who died in 1988 just before the Italian Grand Prix. The participants passed through Ferrari test track Fiorano, where its road and race cars have been tested since 1977, with examples on display for inspiration to complete the marathon. The crowds then ran through the historic Ferrari main gates to make the journey down to Modena, where the top finishers were handed awards and all runners given a medal. Lewis Hamilton's father Anthony is set to join the FIA to advise on young driver development, with the news set to be confirmed next month at a conference for the governing body in Macau. It's understood Hamilton, who is no longer involved with his son's career, has been working with FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem over the past 18 months on the Young Driver Development Pathway Program, which also protects against exploitation from unethical driver managers.
24 of the world's top drivers meet at Silverstone.
Celebrations continue for F1's 75th anniversary, with the sport releasing special colorized footage of the sport's first race, the Royal Automobile Club Grand Prix de Europe, incorporating the British Grand Prix. The newly treated footage brings Silverstone, long considered the home of British motorsport, to life, along with the striking liveries of the cars in their national colors. The start saw Alfa Romeo's Juan Manuel Fangio take the lead from third on the grid with an impressive getaway off the line.
Number one is still a former bus driver from the Argentine, and today the most successful racing motorist on the continent.
But Fangio's Alfa Romeo broke down just 8 laps from home with a broken oil pipe, handing the lead in F1's first race win to his teammate.
Down goes the checkered flag for first man home, and it's Alfa Romeo's number 2, Giuseppe Farina. A 1-2-3 triumph for the cars from Italy.
Former Ferrari reserve Robert Shwartzman has shocked the motorsport world by becoming the first rookie to claim the Indy 500 pole since 1983 on his first oval race, and his and the Prema team's event debut. Shwartzman astonished the Indy paddock with a 4-lap average speed of 232.790 miles per hour in the number 83 Chevrolet during the Firestone Fast 6 on Sunday at the iconic Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Shwartzman was thrilled to beat former F1 driver and 2-time Indy 500 winner Takuma Sato, who will start from second, and McLaren reserve Pato O'Ward, who closed out the top 3.
No, honestly, I can't believe, I was closing my eyes, I was like, this is a dream, it can't be true, honestly, I I don't know what even to say. And this is my place. I mean, the car felt amazing.
Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.